Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I know, it's a Tuesday. It is a Tuesday for all of you out there. I hope that your week is starting off right. I provide a morning message each and every morning, not only to keep you inspired for the day, but to keep you motivated all week long. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. We do that each and every day through our growing community, our engaging content, and our real connections. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate all of you tuning in on a regular basis. So if you do swing on by, please say hello. I'd love for you to say hello to me, and I would love to hear and see you. So please feel free to say hello and good morning. In our morning messages, they range. They range from a little bit of motivation to a little bit of storytelling and a lot of stuff in between. But my goal, again, is for all of you to gain the courage and inspiration to find your voice, to tell your story, to no longer whisper your wishes, and of course, for you all to scream your dream. Today, I started my day in a little bit of a whisper. I'm tired. I was up far too late. Dealing with some stuff. Good morning, Lisa. We had an amazing event last night. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. We had, what was that yesterday? Influencer marketing at 6 p.m. Eastern via Zoom for our Scream Your Dream members, advisors, and experts, and then also additional individuals who wanted to learn about influencer marketing and how to scream their dream. And last night was so super awesome. So if you're part of the membership, good morning, Orinthia. If you're part of the membership, good morning, Donna, advisors or experts, and you haven't joined us, please join us. It's every other Monday. Our next one, because we have a board meeting on the 5th, but on the next one is April 12th. April 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern. We'll be talking about email marketing. The link to that is within the post. So if you are interested in email marketing, please let us know and join us on April 12th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Those of you who joined me last evening, and those of you that are part of our community, the video recording of last evening's segment will go out a little later today, so you'll be able to recap and reference, but it was super awesome. We are a global entity. We had individuals on the call from Atlanta, New York, Trinidad, so it was absolutely wonderful and so blessed to be able to teach what the wealth of knowledge within our Scream Your Dream program. Donna, no worries. We'll be able to, yes, there is a recording. I'll send it over to you so you have it. And all of those recordings are also available. So I'll make sure for all of the library of lessons that are available each and every month. We do 2 live events per month, which is super awesome. Gives us an opportunity to get together, opportunity to share what each of you've got going on, but also an opportunity for continued education. Very few of us are going to go back to school and get a PhD like our good friend Dr. O. But if you aren't going to go get your PhD, if you're not going to get your master's, you're not going to get your doctorate, there's ways that you can have continued education. Some of our This Is It experts offer a series of different courses, offer a series of different continued education. We do the same with the 2 events in which we have per month, in which teach you something new in various ways in which you can scream your dream. So thank you so much for everybody who joined me last evening. Thank you for all of you that are interested in joining on April 12th. Again, April 12th, 6 p.m. Via Zoom. The link is within the post. Today, I'm tired. Today, I'm running on Duncan. I'm living that tired space. I'm living in a space where I'm like, woohoo, and sometimes we get tired. Sometimes we don't want to admit how fatigued we are by what it is that we are doing. How fatigued we are by what it is that we are doing, because there's an admission of less than, right? Good morning, Maria. There's an admission of less than. There's an admission of I am not enough. I told everybody in my life that I could handle this. I told everybody in my life that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I told everyone in my life that this was going to work. So if I show my fatigue, if I show my bated breath, if I show that I am exhausted, tired, or run down, if I show that this is a little harder than I had anticipated, or is it is exactly as hard as I thought, we will be seen in a softer light. And I'm telling you, I'm tired today. with no apologies. I got no problem saying I am tired because I'm ambitious in every other aspect of my day. I'm ambitious in every other aspect of my life. I work at 120% if that is a thing. So I deserve the right to say that I am tired. I can be tired. There is no weakness in being fatigued. That means that I have worked so hard, that I have exerted all energy, that I have shown up for myself time and time again, but I also acknowledge when it's time to sit down. Are you acknowledging when it is time for you to take a break? Are you acknowledging when it is time for you to relax? Because truthfully, your body is going to give you signs, right? You know that I got a new computer a couple weeks ago because my computer gave me signs, plenty of warnings, right? As to the fact that the thing was almost done, as to the fact that the thing was going to shut down. It was basically about to set on fire, but I choose to ignore those signs. The same thing can happen to us. The same thing can happen to us. Our body is telling us, our mind is telling us that we are tired, that we are overworked and not necessarily functioning at our best. So we need to listen. Before your computer blows up, if you are tired, my darling, sit down. And there is no shame in the sit. There is no shame in the fatigue, right? The greatest athletes must catch their breath because in order to do so, we can get up again. We can play harder. We can show up for ourselves. We forget that though, right? Because we keep running on empty. And those of you that are out there that are managing a number of different things, you are managing not only your business and your entrepreneurial drive, your executive space and your job, but you are managing a household, relationships, et cetera, right? And we think that it is the separation of personal and professional, and we do our best to balance the best we can. But oftentimes, we are tired. Oftentimes, there is fatigue in this rat race that we have chosen to run. And that comes into play as well, right? Because this is a choice. This is a choice. So onlookers are like, fool, nobody asked you to quit your 40-hour-a-week job to work 80 hours. No one's feeling for you. But I'm raising my hand and I'm saying, good morning, Kelly, and I feel for you. I get it. Just because I chose to take the path less traveled doesn't mean the path is not long. Doesn't mean that the path will be easy. Doesn't mean that I will enjoy the trip, right? And so for all of you out there that are looking at yourself and being like, I'm tired, but I can't. I can't admit that I'm tired. It shows weakness. I can't sit down for a minute. I can't afford it. What will happen is that you will have no choice but to sit down in a time that you have no options but to afford it. And so what I want you to do is recognize your fatigue, recognize your bated breath, recognize that you need a moment to put your hands on your knees and to exhale. Recognize that it is a hard journey and you have chosen to run it. And so you must pace yourself. You must pace yourself. I've never ran a marathon, have no interest in doing so. I was a sprinter and now I briskly walk and the occasional jog. I have no interest in running for long distances. I think it's over 26 miles, point something, no for me, right? One, I can't be with my thoughts for that long by myself. It's too much, right? I don't care what the soundtrack looks like. That's way too much for me, right? But those that I understand, those that train for marathons, pace themselves. They don't go out and just run their 26 plus miles right away. They pace themselves and they build their endurance. And then there are still those rest days. Have you afforded yourself a rest day? Have you afforded yourself a tune out day? Have you put down the phones, the incoming at a certain point in your evening, or are you running on empty? Are you about to burn up? Are you ignoring the warning and the error signs of your life? Or are you deciding that you are just going to fake it till you make it? And you know how I feel about that phrase. There is no such thing. Showing the vulnerability of your fatigue is just honesty. Me saying I need to run on Dunkin' today, they did not pay me to sport the cup, but it is a necessary tool in me getting myself through the day, right? And so what you need to do is you need to acknowledge if you are fatigued, acknowledge if you are tired, acknowledge if you are in a space that you need, right? A break. There is no surrender in that break. There is no failure in that break. There is no hello, Leah. There is no failure in that. There's none of that. Just because you sit down doesn't mean you're done. Just because you decided to take a rest doesn't mean you have closed shop. Good morning, Candy. It means that you need a breath in order to breathe heavy in the future. You need a rest in order to run harder in the future. You must listen to your body, to your mind. And I find that I make the best decision when I have rested. I can look at things objectively. I can take a look at what it is that I have built. I can look at where it is that I want to go. I can say, ooh, never again, or I can say, let's go. But when I'm in a rested space, when I am not in a rested space, I begin to make decisions that do not serve me. I begin to work out of fatigue. I begin to rush the process and create uncomfortable situations that I regret later because I'm working at a place of fear. I'm working in a place of desperation when I begin to work when I am fatigued, right? You don't think well. How many of you have ever driven tired, which is more dangerous than driving drunk? And either one, I suggest you do not do, but that gripping, right? And you're focusing so desperately again, and you're saying, I just need to get home. I just need to get home when you shouldn't have driven in the first place. I'm telling you, my friends, fatigue and working in this fatigued space, in this tired space, there is no productivity in that. There's nothing good that will come from it. You will be uncomfortable, and then you will have to deal with the consequences of those uncomfortable decisions. It's not worth it. Drive tomorrow. Do tomorrow. Tell them you will not be making the event. Tell them you will come with honest breath and energy and aggression when you have rested enough to do so. I know that a lot of you were like, Sheldon, I can't. I got to pay bills. I got things to do. I cannot rest. I promise you, you will have to rest when you cannot afford it. You will have to rest when you are at the brink. You think you are at a brink now? Keep pushing that pedal to the metal. Keep pushing what it is that you've got going on. And then you will know what it's like to be uncomfortable. Then you will know what it's like to have to go find the resources to buy a brand new computer. Real talk, right? An unallocated expense, but it should have been allocated because I saw the warnings. I chose not to pay attention. I chose to keep one more day, one more email, one more download, one more video until it just gave out. And for those of you that are out there that are feeling fatigued, those of you that are out there that are just tired, there is no reward for working on empty. There is no reward for that. There is no reward. You cannot run your best race when you can barely walk. Hear me. You cannot run your best race when you can barely walk. So what I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to the pace of your life. Pay attention to the pace of your business. Pay attention to the pace of your goals and objectives, and know that you are going to be in a space, that you are going to be better for it, that the meeting that you show up to rested will be the best meeting, that the presentation you give when you are of sound mind will be the best presentation. The partnership that you go into when you are of clear thought will be the best partnership. But if you are running on empty and you are creating emptiness, you are going to be in a bad space. Hello, Rebecca. We all get tired. And there is no ribbon for working in fatigue. There is no ribbon in that. There's no prize for those that are the most tired but barely get by. There is no prize for that. You deserve to rest. Your project, your business, your company, your goals, your objectives, your dreams deserve you at your best. So I need you to acknowledge that you are tired and go sit down. And there is no excuses that need to be made. There's no drafted email of why you are sitting down. I am not available at this time. Please, I look forward to reaching you next week. And I tell you, when I do this, and this is for me who practices this, right? I run on empty for a large amount of time. I'm telling myself this morning message because I need it, because I'm coming to you with my Dunkin' Donuts because I'm fatigued and I am tired, and I'm acknowledged that I am fatigued and I am tired, right? When you do set boundaries, and that's what this really is about, when you do set boundaries with yourself and others, and you just say, I can meet you next week, 99% of the time, they're like, okay. 99% of the time, they're like, all right, sure, no problem. Right? The deadlines get moved, meetings get shifted, no one gets hurt. You get to rest. You get to be tired. And so what I want you to do today is I want you to acknowledge that and understand that. That you setting boundaries of your time, you allowing yourself to regroup, you allowing yourself to catch your breath isn't a definition of your weakness, but a true statement of your strength. Acknowledge that you are tired. Give yourself a break. I give you permission, because if you were looking for that permission, I say wholeheartedly, you got it. Sheldon said you can rest, because I'm planning on resting right along with you. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Make sure you follow, fan, and like us for more inspiration on all our platforms. You can find us at This Is It TV, everywhere you find at This Is It TV. For more information on all the amazing things that we've got going on, more information and your ability to learn more can be found at thisisittv.com. If you're interested in watching all of our latest episodes, I know it's a lot, but please head over to thisisit.tv. We have an upcoming event on April 12th. We are going to be teaching our community about email marketing, how to reach your community, grow your community one email at a time. Information on that and the link to purchase a $25 ticket can be found within the post. If you are a member, a screamer, or This Is It expert, those events are free. If you're interested in becoming a member, that link can also be found within the post. I join you each and every day at 11 o'clock Eastern in hopes of having you find your voice, having you tell your story, having you no longer whisper your wishes, but to, in fact, scream your dream. I am Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.